Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and today I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign is Capricorn, this is a message for you. And we're just going to go ahead and get started. Okay, and as you can hear in the background, my daughter is playing with Papa, so you might hear some of that, and I apologize, but they are having fun. So I hope you will understand. Okay, so before we get into this, I just wanted to say, if you are new to the channel, I thank you so much for choosing to watch one of my readings. I hope that you come back and watch some more. If you are returning, thank you so much for the support. If you would be so kind as to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know how you're doing. And, let me know what's resonating with you. Okay, so usually I spin this thing around, but I'm seeing in the middle here this beautiful formation. It looks like a person dancing. I see this clothing. It's kind of spinning out. It feels like somebody that is maybe... it could be feminine, but it also kind of reminds me of a dervish, which would be related to, Sufism. And this ecstatic dance, the whirling around, and just a state of kind of divine ecstasy, right? A pure love for and with God, a physical manifestation of agape. Okay, so I feel like it's something along these lines. I feel like there has been some real joy for you, Capricorn, and maybe that is because it is Capricorn season. Maybe you have had your birthday already, or maybe it's coming up. So I feel that there's really been some reason to celebrate, to really just let go of your inhibitions and really just get into the moment. Enjoy your freedom. I get the sense of a lack of physical pain, and probably to some degree a lack of emotional pain. I don't feel like there's something, majorly weighing on you in this moment. I think it really is just a glimpse of that real spiritual freedom. Okay. And that is exciting. I see here, I wanted to turn this really quick. I see this little heart, and it looks like the pieces are kind of coming together. If you hear this, my cat is over here trying to eat my set. It's just been a wild day, and here comes the other one. Okay. So we have this little heart. It is in this physical realm on the base of the bowl. So I feel like this is something that is going on in your daily life. It does not look like it is formed into a large or dense heart. So I assume that this is not it has not been a long-term relationship. It doesn't necessarily even mean that it is romantic. This could be a platonic love, a new friendship that is meaningful. Definitely, there's a lot of care there. Or this could be somebody that you are dating. Maybe it could be that it's somebody you're married to. And I always kind of relate this in a way, if a love looks newer or you know, I'm not going to say minor. It's not minor because it may be just beginning to form. Now, usually we'd think, okay, this is somebody you just met, somebody you just started dating. Maybe you are just like getting to the point where you might move in together, that kind of thing. But this could also relate to, like I said, a marriage, but it relates in the way that long-term relationships, enduring kind of loves, go through cycles of, ebb and flow, waxing and waning. Sometimes they're really, you're really aligned, you're growing together, things are wonderful, the intensity is there, for the physical, emotional, and spiritual. And then other times, we go through difficult times. Sometimes you grow apart, but you choose to stay together, and you have to work really hard to get back to those places of that more abundant kind of overflowing love, attraction, and spiritual union. That doesn't, so when I see something like this, in this case, I think maybe this is more dating, but like I said, it could be that you're getting back, it's the beginning stages of growing back together. So this does not mean if you're married, this isn't a reading for you. This could definitely be your situation as well. And this would be a good sign, okay, that the love is starting to come together and form. And I see these pieces. It doesn't look like they're falling away, but more that they are coming in to form this larger heart. Okay, and then I wanted to look at this one, which looks to me like a bee. And here is, and let me see if I can, there we go. Here's the eye, here's the body, here's kind of the wing and the legs. And this looks like, a honeybee. I am not going to claim I'm not going to claim that I know all the different kinds of bees. I do know a little bit about bees, but I do know this summer I saw the first honeybees that I've seen in a long time. They were out on my garlic, what are they called? The garlic chive flowers towards the end of summer, and there were so many of them blooming, and they're just these beautiful little honeybees. I mean, so used to seeing either the big bumblebees or different kinds of wasps and those flies that look like bees and all that. But then I saw some real bees, honeybees anyways, and yeah, that made me so happy. And so this summer I'm excited to plant a bunch of flowers and different kinds of indigenous plants, native plants to this area for the pollinators. So anyhow, seeing a bee to me is always, always a good omen. So this is usually related to, of course, hard work. Hard workers, bees are. A feminine energy, definitely. We know that this is a species that is almost all female. There are not a lot of male or drone bees in the colony. So this is a very feminine culture, and these are hard workers. They spend their whole lives building, caring for one another, creating. They are, when bees are abundant in your area, things grow. The environment is in harmony. There is just a rich abundance, a healthy vibe, energy, right? So for me, it feels like you are in that place. You are just very glowing, fertile in spirit, maybe fertile in body. I don't know exactly, but definitely fertile in spirit. And I say that because this symbol is located on this edge of the bowl that is going up into this area that is the spiritual, metaphysical, higher thinking, the higher consciousness up there. It has its feet in the physical, so it makes me wonder, are you in just a really good place health-wise? You've been taking care of yourself. Maybe you have been drinking the water that you need to drink, staying hydrated, making good choices for yourself. And that's wonderful. And I hope that you are feeling really good. I think that this really makes me feel like you are feeling very balanced and activated, and that's a wonderful place to be. Okay, that makes it easier to do all the other things that you have to do in life, right? When you're feeling good. Okay, let's see, what else do we have here? Okay, so I did see this one as well, and I want to bring this over here. And this is a neat one. I have always hoped, and I almost never have seen such a nice looking trident symbol. I have hoped and hoped for one, but I've never seen one like that in any of my readings. So I'm really excited about this one. We know that the trident is a very holy symbol in various cultures and various religious systems. This is, synonymous to the Holy Trinity, but really I like to think of it as, an indicator of a great balance of power, knowledge, and will. Okay, so these things coming together, the ability to get all of the details, all of the information, do the research, get all the facts together, get that knowledge in your head, in your mind, in your spirit, and then you have the power to figure out, like, what are you going to do with this knowledge? What kinds of projects, creative things, what kind of career? And you have definitely the will to implement those things. Okay, so it's a wonderful, wonderful sign. I think it really means that you are not only in this really great place with your health and your love life is going well, but also it feels like you just are really on point with doing the things that you want to do, as far as, domestically in your career path, if that's what you're doing, in your creative life, these kind of more physical tasks that you have. And I think that's, this placement, as I just talked about, it being higher up here near the spiritual, it makes me think that you also have kind of some spiritual endeavors going on. Maybe you also do forms of divination within your work. Maybe you're a healer. You do some kinds of energy work, laying hands on people, Reiki, or maybe things like yoga. Maybe you're an intuitive counselor, or somebody that gives guidance. I don't know for sure, but it makes me think with this placement that you are somebody who definitely has spent time really working on your special gifts and aligning yourself spiritually in such a way that you are able to use these things to create resources for yourself. Okay, so you are doing what you love, you're doing what comes naturally to you, you're doing what you enjoy spending your time with. And I also think that you probably like to share these gifts with other people. Okay, and so it seems like that's really beginning to work out for you. And let's see. Excuse me. And so Speaking of the pollinators, another sign I love seeing, aside from the bee and, oh, this trident, I'm super happy about seeing that one, is the hummingbird. So here's the flower, okay, and here's the hummingbird. It is right in there getting the nectar from the flower. So this is another kind of pollinator, another very busy, very creative, very intelligent being. And the symbol always makes me think that you just are in a place, all of these other things are aligning, but you're in a place where you are just ready to really get down into the work, do the things that you want to do, spend the time. You're probably multitasking a lot. I feel like this is probably more of a new on-taking. The size of the trident that we looked at makes me think that maybe you're even beginning this business that we were talking about. And so that makes sense if you have this kind of almost a little bit manic, busy energy, because you have a lot to do. You have a lot to figure out. You have a lot to get organized, and probably just a lot of different things you have to get set into motion. So I could totally see why this would be another symbol that it goes along with the other ones. Okay, let's see, what else do we have? I was looking over here, and this I totally, and some of this is getting dry, and I apologize. I was looking at this one, and I loved it because it reminds me so much of an archer. Okay, this is the arrow, and there's the bow. Here's the person, their head, arm, and body. Okay, and then this kind of animal, probably like a dog, right? A hunting partner. And this is such a beautiful image of what I would say is Diana, and that is the goddess of the hunt. One of my most favorite lunar goddesses. She is just a very kind of stoic, a little bit more guarded with her emotions, but also just so proficient in getting what she wants. Very, very meticulous. Very, very like precise details. Really, really hones in on those little tiny details and the fine points of things. Okay, and so I think that this really also goes along with your nature. I think that you have been able to do so well blending together your spirituality with the way that you want to make money and provide for yourself, for your family, and for the way that you want to live, to be able to gather those resources. And I think it's, this has all come together for you. A lot of it is because you are really good at handling all of the details of things. And I think that also really relates to that hummingbird. You have about a million things going on. Your wings are flapping, 10,000 times per second. And you are able to hold on to all the little bits there because you are just a highly focused person. And not only that, you are very, very good at executing the things that you have planned for yourself. So that's really, a deadly combo there. A good planner, intelligent, able to do the research, get things together, plan it, and then execute. And successful in that way. So I think it seems like you're really just going through a period of time that is really leaning in your favor. Okay, and I think that there's just so much goddess energy in here. And this figure here, this is also the trident, but I see it also in this direction as being just one of the most traditional stances, postures of the mother goddess. Okay, so with her arms in the air and kind of, you know, in this almost like if you're familiar with the snake goddess of Crete, she would be holding the two snakes, one in either hand. And this is really a beautiful symbol of fertility, of, you know, the protection of the mother goddess, of the mother energies. Just that really maternal sense of safety and divine wisdom. Okay, so you have her blessing, I believe, and that seems to be really evident throughout. We have a lot of really beautiful feminine energies. Okay, and now I'm going to go over here because this is really getting dry. And I'm sorry, I have a little lipstick on there. Okay. No, I'm not going to move this too much from side to side, but I really see going into this new year, you just have really put yourself into getting something together for yourself. I think that, you know, these pandemic years that we have gone through were difficult for you because I feel like you felt like you had to stick with what you were doing, especially in your career, so that you could kind of just weather the storm. I don't think you were necessarily doing the thing that you wanted to do with your time and energy. And but you also are a practical person and you're pragmatic, and you know, you thought better than to kind of jump ship during this thing going on, and a lot of people are struggling. And I think that you just held on to what you had, and that, you know, that was fine. And I don't think you're a big complainer by any means, but I think that it kind of was disheartening after a while, probably. And, you know, that added to the stress of everything else going on, the way the world had been, the way the world still is. It's been some difficult years for everybody. And I feel like you've come out on the other side, and you kind of just have this real drive to do something for you, something that is going to make you happy. I think you realize that life is short and you don't want to spend it doing something mediocre. You are in a place where you are willing to take some risks to see what you can do that might really make you happy, that even if it's not super successful at first, it is something that you can really go to bed at night and be, you know, proud of yourself because you have done something from the bottom up. You've really built something. You've built something that you're proud of. You feel, you know, that there's a lot of self-respect coming from this. And also, you are able to employ gifts that you probably weren't able to use in your previous work. So that also feels good because you're kind of being able to exist in your natural and authentic state. And, you know, when in life we are able to do that, that is very healing and holistic, and, you know, I don't, there's just something about being able to be yourself most of the time, do the things that truly come from your soul, and give that to other people. And if you can make a living doing that, that's wonderful. And I really see, and I'm looking at these, it looks like a little ladder, but it's also this beautiful, just kind of, and I love when the leaves kind of, curl like that. It makes me think of this unfurling, this beautiful growth. Just, your petals are kind of coming out and being touched by the sun, and it's, you're thriving, flourishing. And I think that this is the time for you, and with all that, there will be new kinds of stress and, sometimes little doubts and all that. But I think that, you really have spent the time to think about these things and really kind of make a plan for yourself. So, I think this is a wonderful, wonderful time. And I really am so happy to bring you a nice reading at the beginning of Capricorn season. And that makes me so happy. So that is pretty much the message I have for you today. And there goes my daughter. And I just want to thank you for the time you've spent with me. I'm always so honored to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, let me know how I'm doing, let me know how you're doing, let me know what's resonating with you. And if you're interested in finding me on Facebook, I have a page. It's Ula Tea Leaf Readings. I'm also on Instagram, Ula of the Tea. And if you're interested in a private reading, you can go into the description on this video, and there are instructions on how to book one of those. Okay, thank you so much, Capricorn. Again, happy birthday if you are a solar Capricorn and your birthday has already passed or is coming up. Okay, all right, we'll see you again very soon.